Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Daily News X, your daily dose of what's shaping our world and changing the way we live, work, and think. Well, I'm your host Kramer, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's sparking both excitement and fear across the globe. Yes, so I'm talking about artificial intelligence taking over the job market. Now, I know what you're thinking. Please don't panic. Is AI really coming for my job? Well, maybe not today, but the shift is already happening, and it's faster than most people realize. So let's unpack what's going on and who's driving this revolution and what the future could look like if we don't adapt to this new environment and technology taking over. So the AI revolution has begun. Artificial intelligence isn't new, just to let you know. It's been around for decades. But what's different now is the scale and the speed on which things are adapting and doing things, very fast. It's just unbelievable. From generating AI tools that write code and create art to automation systems that can handle customer service, logistics, and even legal research. AI has moved from being a helper to a potential replacement. Experts say that this new wave started around 2023, when AI systems became reliable enough to perform complex tasks that once needed entire departments to accomplish and do. Well, guess what? Now, we are in the year 2025, and we're watching companies reimagine what their workforce looks like. And for many, that means fewer humans and more algorithms, unfortunately. So yeah, this is what's happening, guys. AI has been taking over different sectors and it's improving their systems and everything overall. So here's the big question for you guys. Why are companies replacing people? And why are they so eager to make this shift? Well, there are a few reasons behind this, and honestly, it's very hard to argue with from a business perspective. Number one is cost efficiency. AI doesn't need a paycheck, health insurance, or vacation time. One trained AI model can do the work of several employees around the clock, easily, with a blink of an eye. Number two, speed and consistency. So they don't make emotional decisions or they don't get tired or call in sick. Oh, boss, I'm sorry, I won't be able to go to work today. I'm feeling sick. you know? Number three, data power. The more data a company has, the more AI can learn, optimize, and even predict outcomes. That's something that humans simply cannot match at that scale. So companies like Amazon, Google, and Tesla are leading the charge. Amazon has introduced an AI-managed warehouses, while Google has cut back on certain administrative roles by automating tasks with their own AI. And Tesla is not falling behind. Tesla is pushing toward fully autonomous production lines with the truck line company. Even fast food chains and retail giants like McDonald's and Walmart are testing new AI-driven customer interactions and robotic logistics as well as we speak. So what's the human cost of all of this, guys? Now, and here's the flip side, and this is where things get a little uncomfortable for us humans. According to labor analysts, up to 40% of existing jobs could be impacted by automation within the next decade. Yes, so this is around the corner, believe it or not, guys, and it's coming our way. So that's not just factory workers or cashiers I'm talking about. No, it includes roles in marketing, design, law, in healthcare, and even journalism. So we're seeing what some experts are calling the skills gap crisis. Workers are being displaced faster than they can retrain. And unless we pivot as a society with strong education and upskilling programs, we could face massive unemployment in the next 5 to 10 years. So, this is another question for you guys. What happens if there are no jobs available from now on? So let's imagine for a moment, what happens if AI really does take over most human jobs? If fewer people are working, who buys these products these companies make? Well, economists are already discussing the idea of universal basic income. That's something that's been talked about it for the past few years. And we're talking about from people all the way from Saudi Arabia to Elon Musk, talking about this topic for, it's been very, very hot topic. So a government-funded safety net that provides everyone a baseline income to live on. regardless of your employment or what you do. But the debate is far from settled. Critics say it could reduce motivation and increase inflation, not only in the US, but worldwide. Supporters argue that it's the only way to stabilize an AI-driven economy. We could also see a massive cultural shift where human creativity, emotional intelligence, and community roles become the new careers. Maybe the next generation won't work for money, but for meaning. So let's talk about the future, adapting or falling behind. So what you can do about all this, what we can learn from all of this, this AI driven economy that's coming and knocking on our door. The truth is, the best way to stay ahead of AI is to learn to work with it, not to fight against it. That means learning new skills, prompt engineering, data literacy, cybersecurity, creative storytelling, and emotional leadership. All things that AI cannot easily replicate or do by themselves. Think about it this way. AI can do certain things, but it doesn't care. It doesn't have that, sensible care that humans do about things. That's where we as humans still have the edge over AI. Governments, universities, and tech companies are beginning to invest in reskilling programs. But we have to move very fast because in the next 5 to 10 years, the gap between those who adapt and those who don't could become a canyon. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do a lot of things to improve, the market and try to keep our jobs, competing against these things because it's happening faster, guys, as we speak. All right, guys, so just to wrap this up with this podcast of my Daily News X. So remember, every revolution brings both winners and losers. The AI wave is not different than that. But knowledge, creativity, and adaptability will define who thrives in this new world. So stay curious, stay informed, and don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. That's the advice I can give you. Because the future is not waiting. So I'm your host, Kramer, and this was my Daily News X. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another story shaping our world. Thank you for coming, and have yourself a great day.